Welcome to another episode. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you guys and girls are enjoying your day today. I'm kind of like, not kind of, I am actually really very fucking tired. And my brain is lagging as I prepare for my show. 3 weeks, you know what's up. But I still want to take this sweet time out of today to drop some nuggets to give you guys and girls some tips to help y'all out when it comes to the game of health and fitness. All right. So, what I'm gonna do today? What's good, Jesse? What's up, girl? Just see you, bro. What I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna tell you guys and girls, if the girls even decide to show up, the top three supplements. Sticky note, bring out a pad and a pen, and I'm gonna actually recommend three simple supplements that you can get at any supplement store. That's gonna help you burn fat. All right. So again, the one thing I want to let you guys and girls know before we dive into it is I'm not really picking supplements that are like that say fat burning supplements, like for example, like fat burners or whatever. And the reason why I'm not going to be talking about those is because, to be quite honest, they have little to no effect unless your body is already in a state of, burning a lot of calories, burning fat anyway. So I'm not going to go tell you to pick up this fucking magic supplement called Fat Burner when in actuality, it's not really going to do much for you. I'm going to give you the three simple top supplements, in my opinion, that you should be taking if you are focused on burning fat. Not only just burning fat, but building muscle. Because as you know, or don't know, maybe if you don't know, I'm going to tell you, you can and should build muscle and burn fat at the same time. And we're going to talk a little bit about that in today's episode. All right. So without wasting any time, I'm going to dive right into the meat and potatoes. Then I'm going to fly out and then I'm going to go crush my chest workout because we are 3 weeks out from my national pro qualifier competition. And if you'd like any information, I'm just going to drop a little shameless plug. Follow me or subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're watching this live stream on YouTube. That's MATT space BUTALE. Search that in the YouTube bar, and then you can see my journey. Basically going to compete as a national competitor in natural bodybuilding. All right, so enough about that. Let's talk about what we came here for: the top three supplements for guys and girls to burn fat. Okay, so I'm not going to waste any time. Let's jump right to it. Number one, and you've heard of this a billion jillion times, but protein powder. And you're probably thinking to yourself, like, I literally see fat burners on the shelf. Why would you recommend a protein powder as like a supplement to burn fat? Hear me out. I need you to actually understand what comes into burning fat. Okay. Let's look at our body. Okay. Let's look at like the weight that we have on our body. We have, of course, our organs, we have our bones, and then we have our muscle tissue and our fat tissue. All right. So let's look at the tissue, muscle and fat, right? Which is the tissue that we can really change. Water weight can change too as well, but you want to burn the fat and build the muscle. So this is what you got to understand, guys and girls. Muscle is more calorically expensive than fat. Okay, what that means is to have muscle on your frame, it burns more calories than to have fat on your frame. So if I was to have, say, for example, 170 pounds of muscle and compare that to a guy of 170 pounds of fat, I would require less calorie. I would burn more calories, so I'd require less calories to stay at that weight, whereas the other person would burn less calories and require more calories to stay at that weight. Which honestly, if they get more calories in, is going to make them increase because they're already not active. That's why they're fat. What I need you to understand, guys and girls, is the more muscle you have or the more muscle you build on your physique, the easier it is for fat to come off and stay off. So, if you are feeding your muscle with, let's say, I don't know, the best food to feed your muscle with, protein, then you increase your ability and your body's likeliness to create and retain muscle, which makes it overall easier to burn fat and keep the fat off because now your basal metabolic rate is higher because you have more muscle on your frame than fat, or just more muscle in general, which is going to keep your body closer to an anabolic state. Anabolic state just means in a state where you're burning a lot of calories in a rested state simply because you're adding muscle onto your physique. And let's not forget, you're also training at this time, guys and girls. Okay. You're also doing cardio at this time. You're actually making the effort to build the muscle as you go to the gym. So, making sure that you have an adequate protein intake is going to assist your ability to build more muscle and retain more muscle so that the fat on your body burns away anyway. Because, as I said, Muscle is more calorically expensive than fat. The more muscle you have, the more fat's just going to come off anyway, or the easier the fat's going to come off. Right? So I want you to understand that. Number one, the number one top supplement for fat loss out of the three supplements that I'm going to be recommending, guys and girls, is protein powder. Okay. Protein powder is convenient. You can literally mix it into a shake, have it in so many different ways in pancakes and your oatmeal and any other way. And it's going to help you reach that protein limit requirement that you need every single day in order to build and or retain muscle to burn the fat and keep it off. All right. So number one, write it down, protein powder. Right. So make sure that your nutrition is adequate by making sure you got a protein powder in there so you're not struggling to get your chicken, your fish, your beef in. Okay. Number two, and this one's going to be tricky. This one's going to seem confusing because you only think gym bros take this supplement. But in actuality, if you think about it, it has similar, we'll say, effects as to the first one, protein. All right. So the second supplement that I would recommend if you are looking to burn fat and keep that fat off is creatine, guys and girls. Creatine monohydrate to be specific. Don't break the bank on whatever creatine you're going to get. Monohydrate's been researched for over 30 years. Safe, it's fine. And the reason why I want you guys and girls to focus on creatine monohydrate is because it increases your ATP. I'm not going to get too deep into the science of this, but when your ATP increases, your ability for your one rep max or your ability to push a little bit further in the gym increases. Okay. And creatine is a natural supplement. It is found in food. It's like protein powder, for example, right? You get protein from chicken, you can get protein from powder. You can get creatine from fish or beef or chicken, you can get creatine from powder. Okay, so creatine is going to help biovolumize your muscle, grow it, right? Shuttle some water into it as well. And again, add more muscle to your physique, add more muscle to your frame, which is going to in turn increase your basal metabolic rate, which means you're going to be burning more fat because you're adding more muscle onto your physique, right? Again, the more muscle you have, the more closer to an anabolic state your body's in. And when your body's in an anabolic state, which is what you want, it's going to be burning and metabolizing fats as efficiently as possible. On top of that, your strength will increase while you take creatine. So, the carbs that you do eat in your nutrition protocol will be, spent in good use. You are less likely to overspill because you're actually training that much harder and utilizing the carbs in your system. Okay. So, number one, we talked about protein because the more muscle you have on your physique, the easier it is to burn fat and keep fat off. Number two, sort of a similar purpose, creatine, it also adds to your strength and increases your ATP, which helps you with that one rep max. And number three, guys and girls, this one is probably the closest one y'all thought I was gonna, get to. It's sort of I don't want to say the same family as like fat burners because it's really not. The fat burners are really just a concoction of different compounds that personally I believe are unsafe if you take too much of. I mean, of course they're like approved and regulated, but I wouldn't recommend you like take them like vitamins per se, which is the fat burners. But this one I actually do. Not necessarily like a vitamin, but keep it in your supplement protocol if you have one. And this one's burn fat, keep that fat off while building muscle, guys and girls, is L-Carnitine. Okay. L-Carnitine. And the reason why I'm saying L-Carnitine is because if you don't know, L-Carnitine, guys and girls, it essentially oxidizes your fat. Like it allows your body to metabolize fats more efficiently. So we were focusing pretty much on feeding the muscle with the protein, feeding the muscle with the creatine, and allowing the potential for the growth of muscle to increase. Why by taking creatine? And now, when it comes to metabolizing fats, I'm talking about L-carnitine because L-carnitine, again, you already get your great supplement. L-carnitine is such a great supplement. Okay, it allows you. I'm going to repeat it because I think it lagged a little bit on Instagram and TikTok. It lagged a little bit. I'm just going to repeat real quick what I said. L-carnitine allows you to metabolize the fats that you intake in your nutrition, and it allows you to metabolize the fats that are already on your body. So your body will be more efficient at burning fat and metabolizing fat and using fat as an energy storage when you take L-carnitine. Supplement that with protein, creatine, and a fucking killer workout routine, and you're golden. Those three supplements will work for you. The protein powder will help you reach your protein limits daily. The creatine will help you push a little bit extra in the gym so you can actually build that extra bit of muscle. and keep that fat off, burn the fat off in the process, and that L-carnitine will allow your body to better metabolize the fats that are already on your body and the fats that you do consume in your nutritional protocol. All right, so those are the top three supplements that you should be taking, guys and girls, if you are focused on burning fat. Okay, that's it. That's all. I'm going to scan through some of the comments real quick on TikTok, and then I'm going to fly out. All right, I appreciate each and every single one of y'all for always showing up, especially y'all on TikTok too. Yo, what's today? That's pretty dope. Tori Reed, I appreciate the follow, bro. Um, hey, Justin, share the video, man. You're a good guy. I appreciate you, man. Justin says my favorite creatine is Purple K. No bloating and loads of results and cheap. Yeah, again, best bang for your buck. Stick with it. Right? I think Purple K is was like Chris Geffen's line. It's like those purple tabs. I think I know. I've tried it before. It's pretty convenient too. And like I'm pretty OCD. I measure my protein powder on the scale. I measure my creatine on the scale. I measure my citrus. I measure all my supplements on the scale. So to have especially the purple K, it comes in like measured doses in a cap. Is a little bit easier. It'd be time consuming for the time. It would save me time because it's time consuming for me to normally measure out the creatine powders, right? So that's pretty dope. Stick to it, Justin. I like that. I like that. I fucking love it. Bang out X's favorite breakfast meal, dude. I'm a pretty simple guy. Right now, what I'm having for breakfast is far different because I'm getting ready for a competition. What I'm eating for breakfast now, actually, right now, is 5 eggs whole, um, and 200 grams of egg whites, and I mix that together, and then I'll cook it. And that one portion of, we'll say, eggs and egg white combination comes up to about, not about, it's between 48 to 52 grams of protein in that one bowl. And then I would have a protein shake with 2 scoops of protein, which I'd measure probably 66, 67 grams for the specific protein powder I'm taking. That is no carbs and low calories, and that makes 100 grams of protein in breakfast. And I'll probably throw a little bit of rice, 50 grams of rice right now because I'm slowly um, I'm adding a small amount of carbs to each and every single meal because I'm not having a lot of carbs in the day. So breakfast meal is pretty boring, eggs and rice with a protein shake. But in the off season, fuck, I go egg sandwiches, egg wraps. I do pancakes. I do large amounts of oatmeal, cereals. Breakfast changes every day in the off season as long as it meets my nutritional requirements. I'm a okay. You know what I'm saying? Um, Wife Beater Joe says, but how long do I have to not eat for a while